What makes a game perfect? Is it the story, the gameplay, the characters, or that indescribable magic that pulls you into its world and doesn't let go? Let's dive into some of the most unforgettable gaming experiences that have left their mark on players and critics. Black Myth: Wukong is one of those games that has everyone in the gaming community talking, and for good reason. Based on the iconic Chinese novel Journey to the West, it brings the tale of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, to life like never before. The visuals are simply breathtaking, showcasing stunning environments, meticulously crafted monsters, and the fluid movements of Wukong himself. But it's not just about looks. The combat system feels deep and rewarding, encouraging players to strategize and make the most of Wukong's unique powers. This game promises to immerse players in a world rich in mythology and history, with each encounter offering a new layer to the journey. Black Myth: Wukong is shaping up to be a truly legendary experience. Red Dead 2 is widely celebrated as one of the best games ever due to its incredible storytelling, immersive world, and attention to detail. Set in a beautifully crafted open world, players explore the life of Arthur Morgan, a complex character navigating loyalty and survival. The game's realistic graphics, rich landscapes, and lifelike characters make it feel truly alive. Rockstar really showed that they can make games that are deep and immersive. Red Dead 2 redefines open-world gaming, setting a new standard for narrative-driven adventures. Even 7 years after its release, it still rivals the best of modern titles in both looks and gameplay, especially on PC. Whether you're roaming vast landscapes or simply watching a sunset, every moment feels immersive and unforgettable. The game's attention to detail, emotional depth, and dynamic world-building make it a timeless masterpiece that captivates every time. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice brought a fresh twist to the Souls formula, introducing us to Japan's Sengoku era through the eyes of a shinobi named Wolf. Unlike previous From Software games, Sekiro focuses heavily on precision and timing, rewarding players for mastering the art of deflection and counterattacking. The game's world is beautifully crafted, with hidden paths, secret bosses, and intense duels that require total focus. The story, filled with Japanese folklore and myth, is woven into every encounter, making every boss fight feel like an epic clash of warriors. This game demands patience and perseverance, but the sense of achievement when overcoming each challenge is unparalleled, making it a modern classic. Despite its rough start, Cyberpunk 2077 has finally delivered on its promises. Set in the neon-drenched dystopian world of Night City, players step into the shoes of V, a mercenary in search of immortality and identity. The city itself is a masterpiece, filled with dynamic NPCs, stories on every corner, and a level of detail that feels overwhelming in the best way. The branching narrative, character customization, and high-octane action keep players fully immersed. With recent updates and expansions, Cyberpunk 2077 has finally become the open-world RPG experience it was meant to be. Another great game on this list is God of War, which returned in 2018. It wasn't just a comeback, it was a complete reimagining of the series. Leaving behind the Greek pantheon, Kratos now finds himself in the world of Norse mythology, accompanied by his son, Atreus. This father-son dynamic introduces an emotional depth that fans hadn't seen before, blending seamlessly with the game's gritty combat and exploration. The world is vast, filled with secrets, side quests, and lore that brings the Norse gods and creatures to life in stunning detail. The weapons and combat in this game are particularly satisfying, and the game's available on pretty much all platforms. Elden Ring is the game that brought Dark Souls' punishing but satisfying gameplay to an expansive open world. From Software, with the creative input of George R.R. Martin, created a vast and intricate universe full of ancient secrets, towering bosses, and dark lore that players can explore at their own pace. The world is as rewarding as it is challenging, encouraging players to explore every nook and cranny, as there's always a new secret or hidden treasure waiting to be found. The combat is intense and demands patience and skill, with each enemy feeling like a unique challenge. One of the greatest games of all time. I haven't had time to play the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion yet personally, so let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and if it's better or worse than the base game.
Come on, Amicia. 6.
Set during the Black Death in medieval France, A Plague Tale: Innocence introduces players to Amicia and her younger brother, Hugo, as they try to survive both a deadly plague and an army of rats overtaking the countryside. This game masterfully blends stealth, survival, and puzzle-solving elements in a way that keeps you constantly on edge. The atmosphere is heavy, the environments are hauntingly beautiful, and the story's filled with twists that make every chapter gripping. It may not have the massive scale of some of the other titles on this list, but what it delivers in storytelling and atmosphere makes it a perfect 10.
It worked.
You made a mistake.
Did I, Cupcake?
When GTA 5 dropped, it redefined the open world genre. Set in the sprawling city of Los Santos, players take control of 3 unique characters: Michael, Franklin, and Trevor, each with their own story, strengths, and personalities. The game's narrative intertwines their lives in ways that make for a thrilling experience, loaded with action, humor, and plenty of plot twists. Los Santos itself is like a living, breathing character, with so much detail and activities that you could spend hours just exploring.
If we can't do that, we can. It's in our guidelines.
Batman Arkham City took everything great about Arkham Asylum and expanded it into an open-world Gotham that feels alive and dangerous. Rocksteady Studios nailed the feeling of being Batman, from the intense, fluid combat system to the Predator-like stealth sections where you can pick off enemies from the shadows. The story is packed with iconic villains like Joker, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze, each adding layers to the narrative as you unravel the secrets of Arkham City. But it's not just the villains. Arkham City itself is a character, with dark alleys, crumbling buildings, and eerie atmospheres that make Gotham come alive. The result is a game that captures the essence of Batman perfectly. Nier Automata isn't just a game, it's an experience. Developed by Platinum Games and directed by the visionary Yoko Taro, this title dives deep into themes of existentialism, purpose, and what it truly means to be alive. Following the journey of androids 2B and 9S in a bleak future where humans have been driven to the moon, players are taken on a ride that's as emotionally complex as it is visually impressive. With a hauntingly beautiful soundtrack, dynamic camera angles that constantly shift perspectives, and combat that's both smooth and challenging, Nier Automata keeps players on their toes. The storytelling is layered, revealing itself with each playthrough and begging you to come back for more. It's the kind of game that sticks with you long after the credits roll.
Seeing this a lot lately. Couldn't tell you why though.
The Last of Us redefined storytelling in games, setting a new standard for character depth, emotion, and realism. This post-apocalyptic journey follows Joel and Ellie as they navigate a world ravaged by infection, danger, and despair. The bond between the two characters is beautifully developed, making each moment feel impactful. The gameplay blends stealth, action, and survival mechanics that keep players engaged while telling a story of love, loss, and resilience. The haunting soundtrack and detailed environments immerse you in a world that feels as bleak as it does beautiful, making The Last of Us a true masterpiece that resonates with players long after the credits roll. Uncharted 4 is an incredible farewell to Nathan Drake's adventures, taking players through beautiful landscapes, thrilling chases, and unforgettable treasure hunts. With stunning visuals, realistic animations, and tight gameplay mechanics, Naughty Dog crafted an experience that feels cinematic and exciting at every turn. The story explores Nathan's relationships and personal struggles, giving players a deeper look into what makes him such a beloved character. From action-packed shootouts to jaw-dropping set pieces, Uncharted 4 is the definition of an action-adventure masterpiece, proving that the series ended up on the highest note possible.
Wounds are bad.
The Witcher 3 redefined open-world RPGs with its vast world, complex characters, and compelling storytelling. Players step into the boots of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter who's as skilled with a sword as he is with sarcasm. The game's side quests are as engaging as the main story, each one crafted with attention to detail that makes them feel essential to the world. From the beauty of Valen to the intrigue of Novigrad, every region in The Witcher 3 feels alive and brimming with secrets. With multiple endings and choices that shape the world, The Witcher 3 is an RPG that sets the gold standard. Baldur's Gate 3 has captured the hearts of RPG fans by combining classic D&D mechanics with stunning visuals and a story that adapts to your every choice. As you explore the richly detailed world, every decision you make has a consequence, impacting your relationships, quests, and the game's outcome. The game's voice acting, story depth, and attention to detail make it an immersive experience, allowing players to create their own unique journey in the Forgotten Realms. BG3 is an epic.
Who am I? Your only chance of survival.
This is one for the PC originals, Total War Warhammer. It's a game that blends the grand strategy of Total War with the fantasy world of Warhammer, resulting in a game that's both epic and addictive. Players command armies of mythical creatures, powerful heroes, and terrifying monsters in large-scale battles that are visually and strategically stunning. The game's campaign mode allows for diplomacy, conquest, and alliances, letting you reshape the world of Warhammer in your own image. With its intricate mechanics, deep lore, and a massive roster of units, Total War Warhammer is an RTS masterpiece that appeals to both fantasy fans and strategy enthusiasts.
Case with a unique skill system.
Disco Elysium isn't just a game. It's an experience that challenges players to think deeply about morality, politics, and identity. You play as a detective suffering from amnesia, exploring the fictional city of Revachol, where your every choice affects the story. The game's unique RPG system allows for skill checks that impact interactions, giving players the freedom to shape the protagonist's personality and decisions. With rich, philosophical dialogue and a hauntingly atmospheric soundtrack, Disco Elysium offers a one-of-a-kind narrative experience that is thought-provoking and wholly immersive.
Surround sound.
And there you have it, 16 games that reach the pinnacle of perfection, each one earning a well-deserved 10 out of 10. From unforgettable stories to groundbreaking gameplay, these games have set the standard for what it means to be great. Check out the next video, which includes 15 perfect games that shook the world. And thanks for watching.